Well, we welcome you to Blues Game Day Live here in Philadelphia alongside Kelly Chase, Darren Pang. Afternoon tilt, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. That means it's 11:30 Central pregame show on KMOX and on Fox Sports Midwest. Braden Shen's returning. It's got to be pretty exciting for him.
I think it is. You know, a young guy that's played here so long, has friends here, teammates that cared about him and stuff. And you know what? He has nothing ill to say about the Philadelphia Flyers. He's excited to come back here and play. And again, moved into the center position for a length of time where he can excel a little bit. Has helped him with the Blues. And I think he's ready to show that.
He's never played a game here as a visitor. Even when he was a first-round draft pick of the Los Angeles Kings, came over early in his career to Philadelphia. What's it like for a young kid to come back into this environment? You know him better than most on a personal level, and the way he is his ability to keep calm under fire, or will this be an emotional time for him?
No, it'll be emotional. I remember 7.5, 8 years with the Blues, being traded, and then there was a lockout, and we only stayed in our conference.
Yep.
So by the time I got to play in St. Louis again, it was well over a year after the trade. And I remember coming back and having, couldn't sleep and having that kind of anxiety, anxiousness to just play the game. I just wanted to go out and play the game, and it was really awkward not going into the penalty box I'd sat in for so many times, the bench I'd sat on for so many times, the line changes and all of that. But I think once the game starts and you get the emotion going, and it, in Braden's case, just carrying the puck through the neutral zone and getting his jump back in his legs, I think make a big difference.
Think that first shift will be really important for him?
I think it'll be important. I think it'll be exciting, and you just want to get that one over with. I know, Panger, you're in a situation where you have these games that mean a lot to you, and sometimes they're playoff games, and sometimes they're just big games during the season, but I think when you play against your old team, it really has a sense of urgency in your game, and you want to kind of get out there and get in the flow, because really hockey players are only really comfortable in that 200 by 85 little ring in there. That's where we're most comfortable. So once the game starts, I think you'll be fine.
Okay, so the Blues are on a roll, won 3 games in a row. The Flyers won their last game. I think this is going to have a little spark to this hockey game. The Flyers, they brawled, they fought, they scrapped the New York Islanders. They won 6-4. Sean Couturier is a heck of a hockey player, good two-way player. He had the Gordie Howe hat trick in that right. game. Travis Konechny, he had a scrap as well. So I know afternoon games, it takes a little bit of time to get into it, get the fog out, have a coffee or two.
Yeah.
But
I like them. I like the afternoon games. I like just getting up and going to the rink and getting after it. And I think the Flyers have really, since the way they opened the season to now, a completely different hockey team. I think they're finding their stride.
Since when we saw them.
So they beat us in St. Louis with
Michael Neuwirth was outstanding in that game.
With the goaltending display is right. And so what I would expect out of this team is to just be better than where they were. They've found a little bit of their stride. Their young guys are starting to feel comfortable in the league. And I don't know, you've watched enough of these games to know, once the young guys get a little bit of that confidence where they start to feel like they belong, it makes a huge impact on a team.
The last game in St. Louis against Vegas, heck of a hockey game, by the way, and then Vegas wins last night in Chicago, 5-4. Last 7.5 minutes, Mike Yeo did something we haven't seen in a long time. Well, number one, he put the guys that were on the ice, they were humming. Yeah. And, we saw Dmitry Yashkin up a little bit with Braden Shen and Scotty Upshall. We saw Magnus Payarvi up there a little bit. Vladimir Tarasenko had some struggles coughing up some pucks in really dangerous areas of the ice and areas that he knows that he can't turn those pucks over. But Mike Yeo did what good coaches do, and he put him on the bench for a little bit of time just to make sure that win was a win. And I thought he did a good job of winning the players over that were really working hard in that hockey game.
Well, I think you have to do that. The only thing you can really control is a player's ice time. And if a player's struggling, you just got to go with guys. You keep trying to feed a good player like Vladdy that opportunity. Yep. And then once it's not grabbed a hold of after a few times, you can't lose respect to your bench, and Mike didn't. He said, listen, we got to win a hockey game here. Here's the guys that are going, and he had great answers for it, too. He said, I guess I just going to have to talk to him because I got him lost in the shuffle, which, we know that Mike's got a real sense of awareness of what was going on, and what he was doing was just sending a message to say, listen, you're not going right now. Yeah. I need the guys that are going. We need to win a hockey game, and then we'll hit the reset button. So I think a little bit of a learning adjustment for Vladdy there as well.
No different than Kyle Brodziak's been moved up. Scotty Upshall's been moved up. Carter Hutton just played his 3rd straight game and came out of it Oh, fairly good.
Yeah, he was fantastic again.
Carter, just terrific stuff right there. And back-to-back games, Flyers this afternoon and the Washington Capitals tomorrow afternoon. Jake Allen likely being the goaltender for tonight, and see what happens after that, or this afternoon. Anything else you're looking for? I know the power play's struggling, but maybe there's some good news here on board for this afternoon. Philly's penalty kill is not very good.
No, it isn't. But you know what the other thing is, too? I think there's got to be, I think there has to be more defined moments in the power play where you know exactly what you're going to do and everybody reacts
more predictable.
To it. More predictable,
yeah.
And more of a sense of urgency too. When there's a loose puck, there has to be more of a sense of urgency for everybody to attack to get it back, then reset. And I think for me, this power play, if they can get that sense of urgency that they need and get the pucks back, I think if you're more deliberate with your plays, you're going to have more opportunities. And you started to see that in the last game.
Well, we'll take care of some other work right here. Vince Dunn has been put on IR. Jake Wallman has joined the club as an extra defenseman. I would expect the same pairings of Bouwmeester, Pietrangelo, Edmondson, and Parayko. I thought Parayko was really good that last game.
He defended as well as I've seen him in any game.
Really good. And then Gunnarsson has played really well. And Bortuzzo. So Bortuzzo was excellent in the last game. Yes, they got a gritty effort from the back end. They're going to need that again tonight. And we're gonna bail out and grab a coffee.
Right, absolutely.
Does that sound good?
Perfect.
Okay, buddy. For Kelly Chase, I'm Darren Robert Pang. Don't forget, on KMOX, 11:30 Central Standard Time. That's the pregame show, 12 o'clock puck drop. Same thing on Fox Sports Midwest. Enjoy the game, everybody. I'm Darren Robert Pang.